Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Friday. Welcome to our second official iKhokha webinar. This is a space where you, our lovely business owners, will get the latest insights on how to start, manage, and grow your business. And we are excited for this and can't wait to get started. In our previous webinar, we spoke about how to scale your business using e-commerce. This webinar in particular is more about how you will use social commerce to scale your business. We will start with walking through a couple of stats and best practices across the biggest social media platforms globally. We will hear from some fellow business owners on how they've used social media for their businesses. And then we'll do something a little special today. We'll go into a demo where we'll walk you through how you can use PayLink, one of our products, to help to accept payments on your social media platforms. So we're just going to get started, get into our stats and best practices. I'd just like to start off by explaining at a high level, what is social commerce? Social commerce is essentially the use of social media platforms like the big names, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, in order to market and sell products and services for your business. We'd like to also talk through some of the key benefits that you get as a business owner from leveraging social commerce. The one big one, and I think this one resonates with everyone, is that these social media platforms have quite large audiences. So you tap into and leverage these large audiences to create visibility amongst everyday consumers with your services and products. The second part is that you are able to engage your customers a little bit better than you do today, responding to inquiries and also building relationships and partnerships with some of your customers. The third part is that all of these platforms have developed quite robust marketing tools, and you can use those marketing tools to promote your business. We'd now like to take you through at a high level how big each of these social media platforms are and what are the unique best practices within each of them that can help you accelerate your growth and the quality of your commerce on that platform. We'll start off with Facebook, the biggest social media platform internationally. They have about 2.9 billion monthly active users, and their marketplace, which is a space within Facebook where you can sell items and services, they have about 1 billion users. So let's go through some best practices when selling or using Facebook for commerce. Firstly, you have to set up a shop or add your listings and sell on the Facebook marketplace. The second part is that you should do your research, right? Into products and services like yours. Try to price your items competitively because there are a few options for consumers on these platforms. Make your pictures, your product pictures, clear and crisp and appealing. Ensure that people find it easy to find your business on Facebook by adding search tags to each of your products. Offer local delivery. This makes it easier for customers to get your products and services and makes it a little bit more of a purchase driver for them. The fourth part is at the end of the process, people want to pay you or you want to accept payments. We have a product that enables you to do that. Send a pay link to your customers and you can create a pay link on our app using Facebook messages or WhatsApp chats. We'll now move into Instagram. They have quite a big audience on Instagram. They have about 1.3 billion users on Instagram. And here's an interesting stat. A majority of Instagram users, about 72% of Instagram users, say that Instagram influences their purchase decision. So they look at Instagram for inspiration on what to purchase, and it also influences what they end up purchasing at the end of the day. And also 81% of individuals use Instagram to research products. right? Moving into the best practices here, Instagram and Facebook fall under a parent company called Meta, so they have very similar features. You have to set up an Instagram shop. It enables you to create products and create product tags, which is the next point. Use product tags whenever posting. It allows people to view your products in more detail. And there's some two really powerful stats that just show the power of using product tags within Instagram. About 117%, there's a 117% increase in transactions for people who use product tags in 2 or more posts. We also have a 37% increase in sales on average for people who use product tags within their posts. Also use product tags within your ads. So whenever you're setting up an ad on Instagram, use product tags so people are able to click over into your product detail page. We see that 61% of users say that ads with product tags make them more likely to shop a particular brand. And ending off with the payment bit. So today you can create a pay link and use it to accept payments on Instagram or WhatsApp message if that's your preferred channel. Moving on to TikTok, I think this is one of the newcomers in our country, in our space, and I think this one is the more daunting bit for a lot of business owners that maybe don't see themselves as tech savvy or on trend, but it is very similar to the social media platforms out there. It has a very similar structure. There are only key differences that we'll point out to you today to help you leverage how their algorithm works, how their product works to help your business succeed. They have about 11.8 million active users in South Africa and growing quite rapidly. Here are the best practices that will help you leverage their platform. First, you want to lean into existing trends to boost the visibility of your content. Have a look at what's trending on TikTok and ask yourself, what are the synergies between what's trending and what my business has to offer? How might I create entertaining content that leverages some of these trends? TikTok users, the fact is that they are there for entertainment, right? And they're there for entertaining video content. So you want to balance entertainment with promoting your content or your product and service. Try to find a healthy balance between the two. Also, ensure that you're shooting high quality video in portrait formats, because that's just how TikTok works. TikTok is a platform that is based on short video content. So you want to keep your videos short and sweet. It has to be at a length that is good enough to be entertaining, but also informative. So finding balance in that sense. And when it comes time to accept payments, we have a beautiful product called our Pay Link that can enable you to accept payments across all these platforms. And the power of this is that you're accepting payments through one mechanism, and you're able to track all these payments across Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And finally, we're moving on to WhatsApp. I think this is the one that we are most familiar with. They have over 2 billion individuals who actually rely on WhatsApp for communication on a day-to-day basis. And we see that 68% of adults in South Africa that are online rely on WhatsApp. So it's a predominant messaging platform. There are some best practices around how to leverage WhatsApp for your business. One, you want to download and create a business account in specific. Your personal account will not cut it as far as being able to promote your business is concerned. So you want to create a business account. Use your business account to give more details around what your business does. Add your contact information, add other information around where you're located, the times that your shop is open, and the likes. You can also leverage your business account to create a service catalog. So add all the products and services that you offer, have some clear images, some clear names, some prices allocated to them. And what's nice is that you can also accept payments using our Pay Link on WhatsApp. That's it as far as our best practices are concerned. Hope that gives you a understanding of the size of the prize. All these different platforms have billions and millions of active users that you can tap into. They have marketing tools that you can tap into. They also have product and catalog listing tools that you can tap into. And then we have a product called the Pay Link that you can use to accept payments from this audience that you will be amassing on social media. We hope these best practices are helpful. And we hope that they help you start using social commerce and possibly accelerate your growth as well using social commerce. We're now going to transition into hearing from our fellow business owners who are on the call. They will talk us through quite intimately how they have been using social media for commerce, some of the challenges that they've faced while using it, the successes they face, and some of the learnings that they have accumulated as they've gone down this journey. So we'll be starting off with our first business owner on the call. She goes by the name June. She is the owner of a business called Numu Africa. They're a clothing shop in Maboneng, Joburg. So I'm just going to give a warm welcome to June on the call. It's wonderful to have you with us on this call today, on this webinar. June, could you start by maybe telling us a little bit more about the type of business that you run? What type of business do you run? Where is it located? What types of products do you offer? And maybe just walk us through at a high level your journey in creating this business.
Hi, everyone. My name is June Omondi. I am based in Maboneng, Johannesburg, and my shop is on 264 Fox Street in Maboneng. I started this business way back in 2006. Okay, I had a business before that in Market Theatre. So I started in Market Theatre. It's like I'm always affiliated to artistic areas because Market Theatre was also an art place. So when Market Theatre died down in 2009, 2010, I moved to Maboneng. But I established the shop in 2019. Otherwise, I'd been in Rosebank doing arts and craft, the same thing that I'm doing now in Maboneng. For 20 years, since 1993, I was in the Rosebank Flea Market. So when the flea market also, when the management changed, then I went to Market Theatre, and then I moved to Maboneng. And I've been doing arts and crafts, sculptures, soapstone, and just men's shirt initially. Then I went into fabric full swing in 2018. And I found that was my actual niche, and I stuck to that. And everybody recognizes the shop every time they walk in and say, "We've seen this shop before. This shop is so bright." And everybody, when they walk in there, they say, "This shop is so different from the other shops." So that's how I get my customers, and have a passion in what I do. So I think I enjoy, and I'm open throughout the week from Monday to Monday. And people find that very convenient. And we started taking in also wedding attires. We're taking traditional like events. When they have something that they have to make, they come to us. And I think that's a really eye-opener, getting into the fabric other than the art place. And I get to meet so many people and I interact with so many people as opposed to when I was doing only art, where people just come in, look, and walk out. So I'm really happy in the space that I am, and I'm also very grateful to iKhokha for putting me out there, giving me. When I opened the shop, the first thing I did before I even bought any stock was get my machine set up and ready to roll. Because I'd been trying for so many years to get a machine from F&B, and they were giving me a lot of problems. So when I got my iKhokha machine, my business took off to another level. Thank you. I hope that helps.
That does help. Thank you so much, June, for giving us a little bit of insight into your story. Thanks for the compliments as well about the iKhokha products. As much as you are enjoying using them and it helps your business, it is nice for us to see the type of business that you're running and the value that you add within the space. June, I'm just going to ask if you are comfortable, could you turn on your camera? I think everyone would love to see that wonderful smile. I'm just going to transition to the next question I have. We've seen that video. We've talked about this as well. Could you tell us a little bit more about the recent interaction that you had with this YouTuber, who clearly is from America, judging from the accent, that opened your eyes to the potential of the online world and how that might help scale and grow your business? Just talk us through that experience that you had, June.
It was one Monday morning. Monday mornings are quiet because initially Maboneng never used to open. All the business used to close down. Then after during Corona lockdown, when we started opening just a few times, and we realized, no, we could open on Mondays also because people were tired of staying in their houses and they wanted to get out there, and shop or just browse around. So this one Monday morning, this guy comes and his name is Aaron. From the video you watched, it's a family. It's a husband, wife, and a daughter. And they came and told me, actually the man is the one who came and he told me, we have a platform of about 78,000 viewers. Would you like to give it a go if we can just do a short clip and introduce you out there? And that was really a big impact because just 2 weeks after he left, I got so many customers and they were going to Cape Town and they didn't have a way. They wanted me to order the stuff and especially deal in jackets, summer jackets and winter jackets. So they ordered so many jackets and they were excited. They actually came and bought first and then they said, no, we could order some for our children, but we're going down to Cape Town, but we'll be flying direct to the US. We are not coming back. So what can we do? And I said, yeah. I looked at my iKhokha and I said, yeah, they introduced a payment link recently. And I told her, no, you can go back to Cape Town. You can go on to Cape Town since they were going to fly to the US direct. And I will send the stuff to you. And once you are happy with the stuff, then I pay you a link. I send you a link and you can pay through the link. And that's how, and then I realized that also because I still have the small iKhokha, I could be out of the shop with my phone because I have only one phone at the moment. And I could still send, I told my son, you can just let the customer talk to me and I send him a link on the products that he wants. And it was quite interesting. And it boosted my business so much. Even now, today, yesterday, I have customers who went down to Cape Town and they're flying back to the UAE. And I sent their stuff and I'll be sending them a link shortly after this meeting. Then they can pay through the link. So the link is really a big thing. And I also realized, people from overseas used to ask me, so how will we pay you if you send us stuff, if you ship stuff? And I just tell them, I have a link. I'll just send you the link on your phone or on your email and you can pay me from there. And they were saying, wow, because believe you me, there's nobody from overseas who believes that there's an African country that's so upmarket that can, tell you that you can pay me, even not with PayPal or anything. You can pay with a link that is local from here. And that's quite good. They were quite impressed.
Yeah, that sounds really great, June. They're two very good points that you make there. I think one, just to highlight some of the points that you're making. One is around the YouTuber and the experience that you had with them. They have over 10,000 followers on their page. And just by having your video up, you have started to grow your business. You have more customers coming in, telling you about how they saw you on YouTube and how that affects their purchase decision. And I think this whole webinar is just about how social media, because of the amount of users on these different platforms, you can tap into the audience and grow your business. So a very powerful point around that. And then the second point, June, that you make quite well is that the pay link allows you to accept payments without needing a website. It also allows you to accept payments remotely. So you can essentially send the pay link to anyone, anywhere in the world, and they can essentially pay you for your products and services. So it really breaks the limits and the boundaries of your business. You can run your business in Maboneng and really offer your service to your products to anyone around the world. So that's quite nice hearing from you, June. Just to end off our conversation between you and myself, June, I'd like to ask, is there any advice that you would like to give to fellow business owners who want to start using, I know that you use WhatsApp to send pay links to customers. Is there any advice around what you've learned, how things have been going that you'd like to give to any business owner concerning how they could do it and how they should go about it?
Yeah, the advice I would like to give you is you also have to be confident in selling your products and in telling people to trust the system because there's so many people who are just reluctant to use a payment link. And many times I've also made a mistake and like overcharge, like send an overcharge on the link. You just delete it and you make a new link. Or if the customer is on site in the store, like on Sunday it happened, I was not there and I'd sent her a link of the products that she needed to pick up while I was not there. And then she just said, no, but you've overcharged me by 100 because we agreed on this price. But then because of the friendship we had already, we already had, she just said, no, I'll pick up something else for my grandson. And that was it. So it's confidence and, marketing also your products by saying, trust this. Because some people don't trust when you just send them a link. And because of this online, like so many cards now, when they want to tap, it doesn't tap, they have to inside. So they get concerned when you have to send them a link and what if anything happens to their cards, or you have to ensure them that this link is secure. And it's just like when you're standing in the store. It's the way the link also works. And the link is even more effective than the machine because once they just put in their details and it's done. Yeah, they were telling me even on Sunday that, this is so, because sometimes when you're in the shop, there's no network, or maybe when there's load shedding, there isn't enough network. And sometimes somebody stands there for as long as half an hour, but the link is very quick. Because the customer is using their own data or their own network. And so it's easy on them rather than when they're standing there and trying it on the machine. I think that's what I can say.
Thank you so much for that, June. I think that's going to be very helpful for business owners who are thinking of using the PayLink often. And thank you, June, for sharing your story with us. We really do appreciate your time. It's been lovely to have you on as a guest. And hope you continue to see your business grow and continue to flourish as you transition into using more of social media for your business. So great hearing from June. We'll now transition to our second guest. She goes by the name Al-Marie, quite a multifaceted business owner. She runs a business called Uhu Leather. It's a leather and clothing accessory shop. They have a Facebook presence where they market to and communicate with customers. And Al-Marie is also going to talk us through some of the other aspects of her business. Hi, Al-Marie. It's nice to have you on the call. Thanks for joining us. And I'm aware that you do run, different aspects to your business. You do offer different products and services. Could you maybe just start by giving us a 360 around the type of business that you run, the products and services that you offer, and who you are at a high level?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. I have the Uhu Leather Shop. How it started is previous years, we've been in the waterfront for nearly 30 years. And what usually happened is the overflow of jackets or jackets that's been on sale because you didn't have space there. I used to sell them under my friends. I bought them at cost, sold them at friends. And then it eventually was when COVID and everything happened, I decided to keep myself busy because obviously the Alfred Mall went under, they started renovating, etc. And then I opened the little shop on the farm because our needs were exactly the same. They started the eatery there. We had, for example, on the 1st of May, we had a huge day, medieval day there. So we were sort of having the same needs. And so with my little leather shop there, because also in the area where I stayed at Drakenstein, Paul Wellington, we haven't got exotic leather shops or anything for tourists or for the locals. So I sort of go for the locals and the tourists, and I'm selling a lot of leather jackets. That's predominantly what I do, and then nice leather bags also. The exclusive stuff is more likely to go back to the waterfront because we're opening in August again there. Social media, how I work my marketing, I've got an Instagram account, but just about nothing is happening there. I've got about 85 followers, but it's only like, I think it's there for about 2 months. So that marketing, it hasn't been working for me so well. In Facebook, what I took is, I'm located at Experience Rana. It's next to Linton Park Wines in Wellington. So what the farm has been doing for the past 19 years, 20 years next year, they've been making the bubbly for the Bahrain Formula One. So taking that aspect in marketing both the farm and my leather shop and my goods at the leather shop is bringing that link under people's attention of having the Bahrain Formula One bubbly made on the farm. It's our link, South Africa's link, and also Wellington and Drakenstein's link, the winelands, the link to Formula One. So that was one of the aspects that I used, and I did it through Facebook mostly. And if I posted anything, it would be from my, sharing from my Uhu Leather platform, Facebook platform. And it really does work. So mine is more a marketing thing. At this stage, it's very difficult to sell on social media for me because a leather jacket, especially with the different kinds of leathers that we use, it's silk leather, everything, and everyone's body is a bit difficult or different. So you can't, I did start at the beginning and I continue to do it by using the dolls that you make clothes on so you can put in all the details of the person. But still, I found that more expensive jackets, people and more, because we design our stuff, that you have to get a person, they want to touch it, they want to feel it, they want to put it on. The jacket isn't expensive. I've got a sale, for example, now where jackets are from 999 Rand for a leather jacket. But people want to fit it on, they want to like stretch their arms, the shoulders, everything. So social media selling is not working entirely for jackets, but getting the word out there, getting people out to the farm, out to my shop, it's excellent for that. And I've also, like June told you about palings, because you've got load shedding, especially the internet drops, and I can still, because I've got WhatsApp, how can I say, WhatsApp ticket on my cell phone, I can send it to them. The thing is just that at this stage it doesn't properly work with iPhones, so I've got another one, Android, from which I send it to people. But I've heard that you are going to fix the iPhone issue, which I'm very happy about. Okay.
Cool. That sounds great. Thanks, Marie. Thanks for that very comprehensive background. I think what stands out to me is that your business, because of the type of business that you're running, you leveraging social media as an opportunity for marketing and growing your customer base. But still, because of the way the business runs and the products that you offer, people do want to come in. You do want to run measurements. You do want to check. They do want to have a feel of the product that they're buying. And at that point, then they do make their purchase decisions. So I think that there are opportunities across the different types of businesses, whether you want to be selling end-to-end online or you want to market online and then sell in person. There is a sort of a place for every type of business within the social commerce ecosystem and within the iKhokha ecosystem as well. Almarie, could you talk us through maybe some of the biggest challenges that you've experienced using social media to market your business, and how have you mitigated those problems or challenges?
I think it's something that you have mentioned, decent photos. That's one of the huge issues for me. I can't take a photo myself. Mine is always blurry and whatever. So just spending that little money, getting in a decent photographer. I look at the photos that I take of the same product and what just one of my friends that's got a decent camera and loves photographing is doing, and you won't think it's the same thing. I'm sitting here, I'm on Sunday at Coffee and Cars in the old tannery in Wellington, and I've got jackets that were made for not Maserati, but one of the sports cars, and it fits beautiful with him, but I can't take the picture myself. So that's one of the biggest things that I think people need to invest in, proper, decent photos. It's just like it sells your product. If I take it, everything looks sad, honestly. And just the way that you present your product, I think that's one of the most important things. And with the selling jackets is difficult on the internet. Bags is fine, but people, with leather, you always have to explain to people, this is veg tan, this is calf's leather, and sometimes they stand there and they cannot believe something is leather, because leather is made of a skin. And how so you can do different things with it. And especially one thing that we found is the moment that you go into suede. I've got reversible jackets, for example, where the one side is beautiful satin leather, black. You turn it around, you've got a beautiful dark brown suede jacket. And just to move away from that thing that people will, they immediately think of the cheaper option in suede, which is pigskin. So they won't even look at that product, but ours is from calf leather or cow leather or something like that, which is a little bit mostly more expensive, but you don't have the issue with it. And suede is so, in general, being done with, people connected with pigskin, and that is one of the issues on social media. You have to write there that it's not, what kind of suede you have. So there's a lot of challenges with leather, because there's places that make, because leather is also a graded item. So you've got, we had in 30 years, one comeback on an ostrich leather belt. And it was a rum party and they used the buckle. So we gave the guy as a wedding present another one. But you get it that they sort of you can imagine if you make a couch that you somewhere had to fuse that leather piece together to get a huge one. That same principle a lot of people do, that they fuse that leather of the ostrich skin, the offcuts together. They make a belt, and then in the end, by wearing it, it will sort of scuff and come loose, the parts. So in the end, you have to that people see what your quality is, and that you have to have your name for it. They need to like look at stuff. I can walk in and I'll tell you, no, this is different. Okay. I've got wallets that's ostrich wallets that's like 20 years old. They still got place for their checkbook. They look still excellent, but it's not depending on only the quality of your leather. It's also the skill and workmanship of it. And that's so important. And people want to look at those things. I can give you a picture where both of them look the same, but people want to touch those things. They want to actually have a look at it. And that's what make it, in my kind of business, better to do the marketing, to get people to your shop, make them aware of what you have. I'm still struggling a bit with selling on internet. Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Quite a thorough piece there as well. I like the point that you mentioned around getting the images right, and I'm seeing in the chats that a lot of business owners are, echoing that point that you cannot overstate how important it is to get your images right, because even if you're marketing online, that's what brings people into your store, and getting it crisp and clear and appealing is very important. And just to mention that there are tools out there within your relative app stores that enable you to take better pictures, make better posts. There's a tool out there called Canva that enables you to, edit graphics and put out posts that are going to look good. There's also tools like Lightbox on your app store that you can use to edit your pictures and enhance them. So do you make use of all of these technologies that help you as a business owner optimize your imagery, and if you need to, maybe outsource the services of someone who deals with photography. It's an investment that will pay in the long term. So I'm just going to just inform the audience on the call that we are going to be taking Q&As, so feel free to ask your questions within the chat, and we will take a look at those. Just to close off, Almarie, I would like you to speak a little bit to how you initially grew your Facebook following. How did you get that audience up and running? I imagine as a business owner who's thinking to themselves, I'm going to open up a shop after this call. I'm going to open up a Facebook page or Instagram shop. But who are my first 3, first 5, first 10 followers? How do I amass that following? Could you speak a little bit to that as we summarize?
What I did with my Facebook, when I open it, I put a few pictures on there of bags and whatever, and then obviously your friends come over, you can invite them. But the marketing aspect was that I'm in the lucky position, I can just organize something and leave it to Anarita van Westhuizen on the farm. And as my opening of my shop, I did a high tea. Okay, and we also served a Dubai bubbly there. And then we just invited people, both the locals and old customers of mine, etc. I invited them to the farm. So we sat there under the trees, sipped the champagne, and had lovely canopies and whatever. And then I started doing competition also. And you have to be rather... how can I put it? One of the things that went wrong for me, which I thought was, we had a high tea again, because we regularly do high teas, and then we give the, like for cupcakes of hope, the proceedings of the high tea, you pay for it, and the proceedings go for the high tea. And then I would give discount vouchers out. And I first had it as a discount voucher, and all happened because everyone that was there would get a voucher. Then they just start coming in and they pick items like to the value of that, like they take a dress for it. So I realized I need to make it a discount voucher. And then... Yeah. And then what I also did is I always had a little competition there, so that people can partake in the competition. I get names. I can. They know also this will be for marketing use, and then someone will win a beautiful multicolored wallet in leather, those kind of things. That's how I started with marketing, getting people to it, and from there on, I do sit a lot on Facebook. Like an hour, and I look through all the things that people ask or post, etc. And normally they're also friends from friends. They will invite people to become part of the page. Okay.
Sounds good. Yep, sounds good. Thanks, Almaria. I'm hearing a lot around using sort of launches, your high tea as a campaign to kick off your business, even if it's kicking off online, and transitioning some of your physical customers into your online store. So I think there's some really good things that you've mentioned there. You've also mentioned how you engage with your customers online, because that keeps them coming back and it shows that your shop is alive. I'm just going to transition now into our Q&A, and I think this fits quite well with the conversation we've been having. And I would like to direct this particular question from the audience to Almarie. How do you encourage customers to leave social media reviews on your page or your shop? This is a question from one of our business owners in the audience, and I'll direct it at Almarie.
Okay, the thing is, I don't know whether I did it wrong or not, but I actually opened a group page. So reviews cannot be left with me, and I've been considering, and I would like advice also from people. Should it stay a group or should you make it a page? Because a page, there's pros and cons to both of them. A page, I don't know whether people just sort of like, I don't know that really what the pros and cons will be just making it a page. So that was very important to say that I've got a Facebook group, not a page.
I think that's a good mention. Just to speak to the difference, the high level differences between a group and a page. My understanding is that Facebook has created groups for people to facilitate and manage, but then it allows other people within the group to make posts that are obviously vetted by the owners or the admins of the page. So it allows for a little bit more intimate interaction. Groups can also be closed and open. So you can create a closed group that other people can't access unless they invited, so invite only. And you can have an open group that you allow anyone to join and access. Whereas pages, on the other hand, have been built a little bit more specifically for brands that want to build awareness and allow anyone to see their products and services. And I think just particularly to this question around reviews and encouraging reviews, I am aware that Facebook allows you to edit the layout of your page. And the general rule of thumb when it comes to customer or user experiences is that the more visibility you give to something, the more likely people are to interact with it. So my advice would be, if you want to allow people to or encourage people to review more, edit your page, search your review components at the top. Another thing is that within those pages, you can create posts, create nice posts around how you're encouraging your customers to leave reviews. You could also try to focus or leverage happy customers, so customers that are extremely engaged, extremely excited about your leather bags or your jackets, to review your page. And what happens there is that after they've received their product, they're more likely to engage with you as a business and leave a review or post. So I think just speaking to that question we have there, I'm just going to quickly pivot and take a look at some of the other questions that we have. We have a question within the chat from one of our business owners. I'm just going to read it out here. They are asking, did you make use of Facebook invites to invite your friends when setting up your Facebook page and to increase your following? I think this one's also an Al-Marie question, given that she is our business owner with the most Facebook experience here. So I'm just going to direct this question at Al-Marie. Did you make use of the invites feature on Facebook?
Okay, my personal Facebook page, I sort of tend to have people there that I actually have interacted in real life. Okay, so I don't accept all friend requests, etc. That was very important for me, because you also need to remember I am on the conservative side in the sense that I'm that tax lecturer at the university also. So just to explain there, I'm one of those people that believe that practice something and theory, you have to if you want to be successful, combine the two of them. So obviously I don't want all my students to see everything that's going on my Facebook page. So I've got very few friends there. I did use that function, but only to a limited degree. Really, friends that's staying around here, because I do have a few business friends also there, etc. And for some reason, I don't know whether it was fear of not succeeding or whatever, I invited, say, only like half my friends. But it did work. I think there's one or two that didn't accept coming to my page, because people, the way that it goes and lie when you are invited to a page, a lot of people sort of ignore it, especially if they can't put your name with your business name. The moment that I started to sort of promote the business on my personal Facebook page and the people could see the link between them, that's the moment that some of my friends that I invited actually accepted the invitation, and some of those that I didn't invite actually also by themselves became part of the page.
Sounds good. Thanks for that answer, Al-Marie. I think with this type of question, it's really up to how you want to position your business. And what I'm hearing from Al-Marie, which I think is quite valuable, is that she focused on her close connects, ensuring that people who know her business are the first followers. So just focusing on that close-knit group. We are running short on time, and we would like to get to a point where we are demoing the pay link. I'm just going to answer one last question that one of our business owners on the call mentioned. The question was, we talked about all these social media platforms, but left out YouTube. And then going into June's story, we mentioned YouTube as one of the platforms that helped boost her business. Was there any particular reason for that? To a degree, the way we have assessed what a social media platform, YouTube, a social media platform where you're posting your products and services, what that entailed was the likes of your Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And YouTube we saw more as a long-form video content platform. But the reality is that it has functionalities and features that make it a social media platform. You can share, you can post, anyone can comment. So it's definitely something worth considering as part of the list. It isn't the easiest to build a following and break through into, but it's definitely worth adding to the list. So well spotted by one of the business owners on the call. We're just going to quickly transition into our last segment before we close off. We are going to do a live demo. My colleague Sihle is going to walk us through how the pay link works, how you might as a business use it to accept payments from your customers. So handing over to Sihle.
Thanks, Frank. Morning, everyone. I hope you can all hear me very well. I hope you're also having a great Friday, first one of May. Let's hope it's a great month for everyone. So don't mind me, I am looking off to the side, mainly because I'm going to be sharing my screen on my mobile phone, just to essentially take you through the journey of how you create a pay link using our dashboard, which is essentially the web version of the platform. The feature is also available on our mobile app, which is on both iOS and Android. So you will be able to essentially create and share pay links from there as well. But again, I'm just going to be demoing from the web version of the platform. So essentially what you'll need to do as the business owner is to log into your iKhokha profile. You do this by going onto dashboard.ikhokha.com. And then on there, you enter in your login information and you're able to log in on there. And then what you'll see is essentially a landing screen. I don't know if there's a way I can hide this. There we go. Okay, cool. What you'll get then is a login screen where you're able to essentially, as the first screen, just view your profile information as the merchant. But because we will be creating a pay link in this demo, I'll simply just click on the navigation, and then you'll see a menu of options. Where you need to go into is the payment options that are available. And then from there, you'll see IK Pay Link as the first option right up top. You select that, and then you land on the IK Pay Link landing screen, which essentially just details some information around the feature as well as how it works, where you're able to share it. And then there's obviously the option of creating your pay link, in this instance, requesting a quick payment. But before I go into that, what I want to speak to is the fact that we've also got a pay link history, which essentially keeps record of all your pay links that you will have created in the past. You'll see here I've got a few that we'd been creating just to more or less test the feature. You see with the one on top, it's essentially got a green tick on it, which indicates that it has been paid. And all the others that have that red cross essentially haven't been paid as of yet. So on here, there's also a view all that you can click, which will show you an extended list of all your pay links just throughout your entire lifetime with iKhokha, all the pay links that you would have created that you can resend or view. But I won't go into that just yet. Let's actually go into creating our first pay link. So this is quite a simple process. All you do is click on request quick payment. And what you'll see on this screen is just essentially a quick summary of what you're doing here. So you'd use this in the instance where you want to send out a quick request for payment as a once-off. So that means that you'd create this link once, you'd send it to a very specific customer on the channel of your choice, whether that be email, WhatsApp, or if you're messaging someone on Facebook Messenger, you'd send it in that chat once they've established interest in any one of your products. Okay, so the fields available on this form, very short form, there's only 3 fields, essentially. 2 of them are required and the other one being optional. The first one is the amount to be paid. So what you'll then do here is enter in the charge or the cost of your product that you're selling. In this instance, I'll just enter in 2 Rand, just for the sake of the demo, keeping the budget quite tight this month. And then you're also able to enter in a reference. So I know Almarie mentioned that she sells leather jackets as well as bags. So let's go in and put in a reference. So you could actually go in and say leather jacket. Or if you want to enter in your customer's name, you can also do that, because this is essentially information that'll show up in that history that I showed you in the beginning. So description, let's add in. So this is just some additional information you can add for your customer when they receive this link to know exactly what they're paying for, maybe when you're expecting payment from them. But in this instance, I'll just say this is a test pay link for a leather jacket. And thank you for your business. Yeah. All right. And then once all of this information has been entered in, you're able to then create your link. Very simple. This is just a confirmation screen that reminds you to make sure that all the information you've entered in on the previous screen is correct. And if you're satisfied and you're happy, you can click yes, create pay link. You'll then see a confirmation screen, which essentially lets you know that your link has now been created and it's available for you to share either via email, WhatsApp. You can also preview your link to see what your customer will see when they receive it. And because we're not limiting you to any one platform, you can also additionally copy that link to share even on maybe Instagram or on YouTube if you're having direct communication with your customers on those platforms. For the purposes of this demo, I'll just show you what that looks like when we try and share it via WhatsApp. So I'll click WhatsApp, and very simply, WhatsApp opens up on my phone, and I've got myself as a sort of test customer. And apologies for that. I think I've actually switched over into another app by accident. Just see, there we go. Okay. Okay, I keep getting switched over, unfortunately. But essentially what you then see, let me just minimize the keyboard, sorry. What you then see is a message that contains the link. Apologies, I think I'm having a bit of an issue on there. Let me actually try it on email instead. So you actually get the option to select your platform, depending on the app that's available. What you'll then see is a message with the subject essentially, which reads your iK Pay link from DBK Shopping. That's my merchant name on iKhokha. And the reference, again, for context, is the leather jacket that I basically put down on that reference. And then there's a message that gets put in there by default, which essentially says, hi there. It includes the actual link itself. And then it says, please click the link above to access and pay your iK Pay link from DBK Shopping. I'm just going to send this to myself very quickly. Hit send. And then I'll open up my email to show you what that looks like. Okay, and as you can see, it's already come in. I click on that, and there's the pay link that's been sent through. I click this, and it will essentially open up in my mobile browser where all the information that I captured as the business owner and sent over to my customer is contained. So you can see up top, it's written DBK Shopping. So that's the merchant or the business owner that sent me the pay link. And then we've got the reference included underneath there, which is leather jacket. You've got the amount that you're going to be paying, which is R2. And then the description, which is that message that I just typed in, reading, this is the test pay link for a leather jacket, and thank you for your business. So on here, you can see the available payment methods that we have as an option to make payment. So you can either use your credit or debit card, as well as an instant EFT to make payment. So I'll just be selecting credit or debit card for the purposes of the demo. And I'll very quickly enter in some dummy information on here. Yay. 48754062952699. Yay. Okay, and then once all of that information has been input, I confirm. And well, that transaction's failed because there aren't any funds actually available on the card that I'm using. But essentially, if that pay link or that transaction had gone through, the customer would get a message saying that the payment was successful and the merchant will be notified of that. Okay, that's pretty much all I have for you on that. Let me actually just jump back very quickly just to show you one last time the history. Sorry about that. So on here, you can see that that entry is actually recorded on the history very much immediately. It's that leather jacket for R2. And as a merchant, if I do want to send that link again, I can easily resend, and all those options are available to me again. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much, Frank.
Thanks, CJ. Thank you so much for that detailed walkthrough. I do appreciate it. I know that the business owners on the call will appreciate it. And I think they're well geared up for sending pay links and transacting on social media, accepting payments from their customers. So we have come to the end of the webinar. I'd just like to quickly thank our lovely guests for joining us. Thanks, June. Thanks, Almarie, for all the insights. I'd like to extend a reminder that we have 3 e-commerce products that make it delightfully easy to accept payments. We have a payment gateway that for those who are using Wix, WooCommerce, WordPress. We have a pay link, which CJ has just walked us through. You don't need a website to use this, and you can create it on our dashboard or on the iKhokha app. We also have a third product, a digital invoicing tool that helps you invoice your customers for the various service providers that we have out there. I would like to also remind you to look out for a course that we'll be sending out via email on social commerce. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. And you can check out all these products that I've just walked through on our website, iKhokha.com. Again, thanks everyone. See you at our next webinar. Have a wonderful Friday and weekend. Cheers.